What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping in. If you're new, make sure to click over here and hit subscribe. That would really help me out, and check out some of my past videos. But what we're doing in today's video is I'm going to be giving you guys a couple tips to help you become a better archer. Now, I'm by no stretch of the imaginations an expert archer by any means, but I'll give you a couple of these tips that have helped me over the years become a better archer and become more accurate. So I'm going to show you two different styles or releases that I practice with. So this is the Spot Hog Wise Guy, and then I will show you this Ultra View Hinge. You guys have probably seen videos of me using both of these, but that kind of goes into how you anchor. So the first thing that I would say is have a good solid foundation of your anchor points. So me personally, I pretty much have 3 anchor points whenever I draw back. So first things first, when I draw back, I anchor right here behind my jaw. So my jawbone's obviously right here. I put this knuckle, my first knuckle, right here behind my jaw, and I settle in. I put my thumb on my neck, and I slowly press down on that trigger until it breaks. I press down on the trigger as well as pulling through the shot. That really helps. And then another anchor point is my nose on the string. So I'll go ahead and draw back and show you guys that. So, like I said, draw back, find that knuckle right behind the jawbone, put my nose on the string and my corner of the mouth right there, also on the string, and then slowly start to depress that trigger as well as keep up the back tension. So the third anchor point, I guess you could say 4 because I'm touching the corner of my mouth as well, but the fourth anchor point is lining up your sight housing with your peep housing. I'll put an example of that right up here. You want it like that for every single shot. That way your shots are consistent from one to the next. Another thing that is super important, because you don't want to torque your bow, is the way you grip your bow. So if you look at your hand right here, everyone should have a lifeline right there. So what you want to do when you're gripping the bow, you don't want to put your whole hand on it, because then there's a lot of influence on the riser of that bow, whether it be one way or another, how you're torquing it. So what I always do is I pretty much have my hand open just like this, and then like I said, there's that lifeline, and I put the grip right between my lifeline and my thumb, so right there in the pad of that hand. So if your hand is open, and you'll kind of feel it, if you just relax your hand, you can just press in and your hand automatically closes a little bit. And what that does for me is that keeps me from torquing the bow one way or another. And it's very repeatable and it's very comfortable. You'll see a lot of guys go with the high wrist grip, which is this. That's not really good because, you know, your wrist is a very movable joint. So there's a lot of influence that could have on the bow. So I just put my hand up, put the riser in it, and then literally I'm just pushing straight away from myself. Right there on that lifeline, the meat or pad of your hand right there, that's all you're pushing away with. And that really helps. So, like I said, I'll be showing you anchor points with 2 different releases. So obviously with my Wise Guy, my index release, I anchor just like this behind that jawbone. So with my hinge, it's very similar. With the hinge, I just take these 2 knuckles and I rest these 2 knuckles along my jawbone just like this. Let me move this release so you guys can see. Just like this. That is how I anchor. And then the same thing, line up the peep, line up the corner of my mouth with the string, and touch my nose on the string. And when I do all 3 of those, the arrow typically goes where I want it to, as long as I do everything else right. Obviously you don't want to punch the trigger or punch through the hinge. So obviously you need to have trigger discipline and have good form with that, but I'll show you how I anchor with this hinge. So there I am, right along the jawbone, get to the click, and then slowly pull through. And just like that, that's how you want your hinge to go off, and that's how I anchor with it. And all of these things have extraordinarily helped me throughout my archery career. I've been shooting for a long time now. I started shooting when I was 8, I'm 22 right now. But like I said, by no means am I an expert. I'm learning every single day, and I feel like that's how everybody always should be. You should always want to learn, you should always want to become a better archer. And if you use these tips, I do really think that it'll help you. But that is going to do it for this one. If you guys liked it, give it a big thumbs up. That would really help me out. And check out some of my past videos and subscribe if you're not already. But I'll see you guys in the next one.